At a price of only $20, is this 2G fuel saver? They claim 5 years of testing have shown improvement of fuel economy by 8% in SUVs. It's a 9-piece kit and gives you a total of 18 different fins. The instructions aren't too specific, but it does appear that this has to be placed in the rear of the vehicle. And the 2G fuel saver is made in China. So far, things aren't looking too good for the 2G, as the fuel efficiency is actually worse than the first two savers at the first checkpoint. The second checkpoint is looking even worse for the 2G. And the third and final checkpoint, and the 2G seems to be acting more like a windbreak than a fuel savings device. Maybe it'll help our 0 to 60 time. Unfortunately, the 2G fins are not helping with the 0 to 60 time with a disappointing 8.76 seconds. With another 77-mile trip finished, our ending mileage is now 319,604. And we're finished with the fill-up at 4.698 gallons, which works out to 16.39 miles per gallon. That's actually a little bit worse than the previous two gadgets. Unfortunately, it's a thumbs down for this product. Let's remove the fins and we'll test our fuel efficiency and performance without any sort of fuel savings devices. We're at our first checkpoint and everything's looking nearly the same with consistently bad fuel economy. Going up a small hill and the gauges look almost identical to the previous 3 attempts. Going downhill at the third checkpoint and everything continues to look very consistent with the 3 previous gadgets. And the 0 to 60 test is pretty hard on this 319,000 mile vehicle, but it's holding in there. And 8.45 seconds isn't the best time or the worst time. We're about to make some major modifications to this vehicle, but let's check our fuel efficiency before we do. Let's round up to 77 miles once again. It's the same fuel station and same process. And we just achieved the best fuel mileage of the day by just a small fraction at just over 17 miles per gallon. At a price of $448 is this MBRP high-flow exhaust system. A high-flow exhaust system is supposed to reduce the back pressure, allowing the engine to perform better. So will it help with horsepower and torque? We're about to find out. It even includes a pretty nice looking exhaust tip. In addition to the exhaust tip, the system comes in 4 different pieces. The hardware includes 3 different clamps and 2 different bolts. Before we install the exhaust system, let's run a quick test on the airflow efficiency. I'll be using a blower rated for 750 CFM. All of the exhaust parts are sealed with tape, and that's a very long run of pipe, and there's very close to 101 CFM. We'll test the stock exhaust system once it's removed. The exhaust hasn't been off this vehicle since it was manufactured 23 years ago. Removing the back tire is not necessary for the exhaust, but it will help me film the process. So let's use some MAP gas to heat up the bolts mounting the exhaust to the catalytic converter. Penetrating oils are a great option, but heat's a better option since I don't have a lot of time to wait. This should be enough heat to get the job done. Hopefully this works, so we'll have a bigger job ahead of us. And the first nut came off just fine, and the threads on the stud still look good. As I say, rinse and repeat. The nut should definitely be hot enough. And the impact wrench is making progress, but I don't want to get too aggressive with the impact just in case the threads begin to gall. And the second nut is off and we're in good shape. There are 3 exhaust hangers holding the exhaust in place. I don't have a set of exhaust hanger pliers, but the channel locks will do a great job. A little penetrating oil really helps with the process. All 3 of the exhaust hangers in the exhaust system are free. I need to cut the exhaust pipe in 2 locations to remove the old exhaust system. There's no need to remove the spare tire unless you're trying to film the process. I'll make the second cut through the exhaust pipe directly behind the rear axle. A car lift would definitely be nice, but it's not a necessity. And the old exhaust system is off and out of the way. Comparing the old system to the new system looks a lot more efficient with less bends in the pipe. The pipe is also a little bit larger than the old pipe in a couple of areas. Let's install the new high-flow exhaust system beginning at the front of the system. I won't tighten the exhaust flange nuts too much until the entire system is in place. And the muffler slides right into position very easily. A close-up look at the new muffler, and it offers a straight-through pass with very little slowing down the exhaust.